So you guys are speakers, or you're learning to be speakers, huh?
Yeah, something
All
like
right.
that.
How engaged do you get when you're in front of a crowd? Not that much.
I love the crowd.
One of the things that we do, or that we are trained to do in Toastmasters, is to be engaging. And by that, it's like acting. You have to be able to do things that you might not normally do. Like, when I usually open a presentation, I just kind of stand for a second. Woo-wee! Now, how many of you could do that in front of a crowd? And how would you feel after you did it? Because I'll tell you, it kind of makes you rush just a little bit. And the first time I did it, I thought I was going to faint. But it works. It gets people's attention. Now, this is how I've chosen to live my life, fully engaged, at large, and in charge. But I never used to be that way. And to understand that, we need to go back to 1962. I was 12 years old in the 4th grade. For those that don't know it, that's not very good.
You was 12 in the 4th grade?
I was 12 years old in the 4th grade. I spent 15 years in going through to get through high school. I graduated. I still couldn't read or write. Think about that. So let's go back to the 4th grade. I was in the classroom. The teacher called on me to read. And I remember that paralyzing feeling that I felt, the blood rushing to my face, sinking in the chair, being paralyzed with fear. And that teacher walked over and she went, "Never mind," turned her back on me and walked away. That was the day that I disappeared inside myself and I slipped into that deep, dark place in the back of your mind where you hide all the things you don't want anybody to know about. And I stayed there until 1979 when I was in an automobile accident. That accident crushed my whole right side. I was in a coma for 4 days. I was actually pronounced dead at the scene. They told me I'd never walk again and they were going to amputate this arm. Well, thank God they didn't amputate my arm. 6 months later, I was back running a mile a day. It was important for me to run a mile a day because I had spent 19 years in martial arts. Fighting, but you know what? I wasn't really a fighter. The reason I wasn't a fighter is I was fighting me. Because I was forced to sit in the system every day where I knew I didn't get it. And we're programmed to do certain things. And hopefully what we can do today is show you some things that happen to us along the way that paralyzes us. Because one thing a paralyzed mind will do is nothing.